All right. So Eagle's Wing says, "Hi, Jonathan. What is the symbolism of human flight? It is a recent developed technology and so follows a pattern of garments of skin and of prideful and dangerous overreaching by humanity to some degree. But it strikes me that this symbol might be particularly significant since the human desire to fly is so ancient as to be almost mythical in and of itself. Reference some of the Psalms, Daedalus, and Icarus, and ancient cave paintings. As a professional pilot myself who's passionate about flying, I'm also curious to know how such lofty desires might be redeemed and not fall into the naturally prideful tendency, since it originated as a kind of Tower of Babel, trying to reach the heavens, becoming like birds which are of heaven. How can it be rightly ordered for man to fly?" So I think the first thing we need to be able to do. So one of the things that's happened in the past few centuries is that there's been something of a materialization, is maybe the best way to understand it, where it is that because we've moved away from our simple perception of phenomena and we've kind of moved into technical perception and also technical use in order to engage with certain phenomena, then what that leads to is a kind of materialization. It's hard to explain it. Don't think of it scientifically, but it led to materialization because we're engaging with the heavens materially, and we're engaging with certain types of patterns materially, where in the past we weren't. And the same with light, the same with all these things. And so because there's a kind of materialization, the heavens that you fly in a plane are just not the heavens that are described in the Bible. They're just not the same heavens, right? The outer space is more akin to like the ocean that a mariner would go on and encounter monsters in, than it is related to the spheres of heaven that is talked about by Dante. So we first of all have to be careful not to confuse those. And it's not arbitrary. It's actually meaningful that it is in engaging with these aspects of reality mechanically and through the garments of skin that they materialize themselves. And so there's no problem. There's nothing wrong with the garments of skin, like I've said many times, and there's nothing wrong with flying in an airplane. It can become wrong if, like that Russian astronaut, you go up into outer space and then you think that you've disproved God because there's no like God floating above, right? That becomes
there's
absurd.
Absolutely no spaghetti or monsters
up
here.
That's right. So that's when it becomes ridiculous. But I think properly understanding it in its place, I think that there's no problem in flying.
Well, I'd add in a non-comedic sense too, that there is, all technology is an extension of what people already do. Just, sometimes an exaggeration of it in the sense that we do already travel. We can travel within our own bodies. And so thinking of the aircraft itself as an extension, like a steed, like something that expands your ability to do that, to, let's just say, jump really far. I think that's something that's becoming harder and harder to see, that technology is all based on human activity and also growing one of our own strengths.
Yeah, no, you're right. But there is, like, I have to say though, maybe this could be like a different take on it. I think that for someone who is spiritually attuned, I think that going up in an airplane and seeing the world from so high above and seeing the patterns of reality from that high, I think that could be a very powerful moment if it was approached with the right heart. I do believe that though. So there's that as well.